The value of cooking meat using the sous vide method lies in the end flavor and in tenderness that would be impossible with traditional cooking approaches. We need to trim and remove the fat from the meat a little more thoroughly than in the case of traditional cooking, because a temperature that is low or just right will cause fat to melt less than when cooked at high temperatures. The second step consists in searing and browning the meat fast at high temperatures so that it does not toughen but produces the Maillard reaction that caramelizes the sugar found in meat in order to enhance its flavor and give it a crusty finish without being overcooked. We must not forget that sous vide cooking does not call for seasoning, using large amounts of salt, pepper, and other condiments. Just a pinch is quite enough. Once seared, the meat is placed in the flash refrigeration cell for 5 minutes. The meat is then bagged, ready for vacuum cooking. A tip to ensure that the meat juices stay inside the meat, we recommend using a shrink food pouch that then has to be plunged into boiling water. The pouch is then returned to the refrigerator for a few minutes before being wiped dry. Neovid adhesive is then applied in order to position the temperature probe while maintaining a sealed food pouch. Once the probe is in place, the item is placed in the bain-marie in the oven at a temperature of 57 degrees until the core of the item reaches this temperature, indicated by the probe. As soon as that temperature has been reached, we remove the probe, gently wipe the meat with absorbent paper, and pan glaze it to give it color and a crusty finish without becoming overcooked. Then all that remains is to plate up. Regarding duck breasts, we need to trim our meat and score the skin so that it releases as much fat as possible. The second step consists in quickly searing the meat to ensure that it releases the fat, and then turn it over to thoroughly sear the top and give it a good coloration. Season at the end of the cooking period. After being sealed, the meat goes through the flash refrigeration cell for 5 minutes. The duck breasts are then bagged up before being vacuum cooked and monitored by a Neovid probe. The food pouches are then placed in a bain-marie at 57 degrees. As soon as that temperature has been reached, we remove the probe, gently wipe the duck breasts with absorbent paper, and pan glaze them to give them color and a crusty finish without becoming overcooked. Then all that remains is to plate up. Bon appétit!